Imagine standing at a grocery checkout holding your card out, when suddenly you notice the cashier's hands trembling so badly she can barely scan your items. You ask her what's wrong, and her quiet answer leaves you frozen. This is the story of one single dad who refused to stay silent, and how one simple act of courage changed everything. Before we begin, if you believe kindness can change lives, please like this video and subscribe to Kindness Stories, so we can keep sharing real and inspiring tales with you. It was a late evening at a small-town grocery store in Portland, Oregon. The store wasn't busy, just a few customers pushing carts slowly down the aisles. Daniel Carter, a 36-year-old single dad, stood in line with a basket of groceries. Beside him was his 7-year-old daughter, Emily, clutching a box of cereal like it was treasure. When they reached the counter, Daniel noticed something unusual. The young cashier, her name tag read Sophie, looked no older than 23 or 24. But it wasn't her age or her tired smile that caught Daniel's attention. It was her hands. They were shaking. Not the kind of shaking from cold. This was different. Fear, nerves, something much deeper. Daniel gently placed a carton of milk on the counter. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked softly. Sophie forced a small smile. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just tired." But Daniel didn't believe her. Years ago, as a firefighter, he had seen fear in people's eyes, and he recognized it now. Emily, in her innocent honesty, tilted her head and said, "Are you cold? Daddy can give you his jacket." Sophie chuckled weakly. "That's very kind, sweetie, but I'm fine." Daniel's gut told him she was hiding something. He paid for his groceries, thanked her, and started to walk away. But halfway to the exit, he turned. That's when he saw it. Sophie leaned against the counter, trying to steady herself, right before the manager stormed out of his office. A stocky man in his 40s with a permanent scowl. He barked something sharp at her. She stiffened immediately. Daniel froze. This wasn't just tiredness. Rising conflict. He waited until the other customer left, then stepped back to Sophie quietly. "I noticed you keep looking toward your manager's office. If something's wrong, you can tell me." Her lips parted, then closed. I really shouldn't. It's nothing I can talk about." Daniel lowered his voice. "I'm a dad. I've seen enough to know when someone's in trouble, and I'm not walking away until I know you're safe." For a moment, she looked like she might cry. Her fingers tightened around the counter. Finally, in the faintest voice, she whispered, "It's him. He harasses me." Daniel's chest tightened. "Harasses you? How?" Her eyes glistened. "Comments. Touching my shoulder, standing too close, saying things no one should hear at work. I told him to stop once. He cut my hours." Daniel clenched his jaw. "How long?" "6 months, she whispered. "But I need this job. My rent's overdue. I can't afford to make him angrier." Turning point, Daniel looked at Emily, humming happily with her cereal box, blissfully unaware. He remembered his own battles after his wife passed, when every day felt impossible. He couldn't just walk away. He leaned in. "Sophie, you don't have to deal with this alone." But Sophie shook her head desperately. "Please don't say anything. It'll only make things worse." Daniel didn't argue. Not yet. He took Emily home, called his sister to watch her, and returned to the store later that night. Sophie was still at the counter, forcing fake smiles. Daniel waited until the line was gone. "I know you told me not to get involved," he said calmly. "But I can't pretend I didn't hear what you said. I know the law. And I'll stand by you while you report this." Her lips trembled. "I'm scared." "I know," Daniel said gently. "But courage isn't about not being scared. It's about doing the right thing anyway." After a long pause, Sophie whispered, "What if no one believes me?" Daniel leaned closer. "Then they'll answer to me. Men like him get away with it because people stay silent, not this time." Slowly, she nodded. Climax. Together they went to the break room. With shaking hands, Sophie called the company's HR department. Daniel stayed by her side, steady and calm. She told everything. The comments, the touching, the cut hours. The HR rep promised an immediate investigation and assured her she wouldn't have to work her next shift until it was resolved. When they walked out, the manager noticed them together. His face darkened. "What's going on here?" he demanded. Sophie's voice shook, but this time she stood taller. "What's going on is, I've reported you." The man froze. You can't." "I can," Sophie said firmly. "And I did." Daniel stepped forward, his presence solid and unshakable. "You're done intimidating her. If I hear you so much as look at her the wrong way, you'll have more than HR to answer to." The manager sputtered, but for the first time, he had no words. Resolution. As Sophie and Daniel walked out, she exhaled, her hands still trembling, but this time with relief. I can't believe I did that." "You did," Daniel smiled. "You're stronger than you think." Her eyes softened. "Thank you for not walking away." "Sometimes," Daniel said, glancing back at Emily waiting at home, "the smallest act of kindness can change someone's whole world." Ending note. A week later, Sophie called Daniel. The company had suspended the manager pending investigation and offered her extra hours at another branch. Emily overheard the call and asked, "Daddy, is she okay now?" "Yes, sweetheart," Daniel said, pulling her close. "Because sometimes you just have to stand up for someone, even if you don't know them well." If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness is more powerful than we think. Even a simple question like, "Are you okay?" can change someone's life. Please like this video and subscribe to Kindness Stories so we can keep sharing these moments of compassion with the world.